Would be awesome. And I'm actually checking on another screen here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks, wherever in the world, and I do mean the world, wherever in the world you may be joining us for really this groundbreaking, unprecedented webinar about something coming up that we are working on, that so many of you are a part of. That we feel absolutely excited about, to say the least. So we're just in the process of getting started here, but I want to make sure that everyone can first of all see and hear me. So if you can see me, if you can hear me, if you can type a yes in the chat box there below this presentation, that would be awesome, because it would be very unfortunate to go through this entire webinar without anyone seeing or hearing us. So if you can see us, if you can hear me, please go ahead and type a yes there into the chat box. There is a bit of a delay from our end as presenters. So, okay, there we go. Dini was the first to say yes. Great to see you, Dini. Team Rooster is here. So is Leo. So is Herman. Cesari from Poland. Starsen from Nepal. Luzby is here. Paul, Keith Lambert, Mr. Sushi, W. Bob 21, Tom Paul, A. Williams, Debbie, Beverly, Tom M. Stelios. Starzan, Clint, Marieke, Vulcan, Steph, Johnny, BitGirl, Dollardin, Jeb64, Deblane, Anthony Tansley. I mean, I'm just reading off the names of people who are replying in the chat. Ziggy, and it goes on and on and on. Let me just, there's no way I'm going to be able to get through everyone who is here in attendance. It looks like we have hundreds of people here in attendance, but if you're watching this on Facebook, this is our first Bitcoin Economy's first live Facebook webinar. Let me just very quickly, and I can't possibly get through all hundreds of people, but I just want to recognize some of the folks in attendance. Anna, Ars, Jersey, Tony, Earl, Vulcan, Jeff, Leek, Erwin, Bruce, Bobby, Luca, Darren, Rich, Madhu, Remy, Diedrich, Bushi, Powell, Stelios, Mario, Roy, Raul, Sam, Hilda, Powell, Mike, Mario, Christina, Remy, Dennis, Stephen, Lewis, Elizabeth. Some names I can't pronounce. I apologize in advance if I mispronounce them. Piotr, Julian, Linda, Sophia, Deb, Arthur, Dan, Greg, Bill, Roger, Daniel, Global AG, Jan, Przemyk, Trevor, Frank, Pieter, Don, Moreno, Rad, John, Roy, Pedro, Arjan. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I think what's so remarkable about this, is that so many of the names I can't pronounce, which is a great indication of how many people are here. I think joining us from around the world, and that really speaks. That really speaks to how global these products that you will be learning about are, and how global, how truly global this opportunity is. I think at last count we had almost 6,500 people from over 150 countries who have registered, and that's only in the last 2 weeks or so. And if you look at these, in fact, that's a great idea. What I would like all of you to do right now, just while we're kind of warming up and getting started, as some of you are already doing, in the chat box, type your country, type where you are from. I see Colombia, I see Canada, I see Argentina, I see Poland. In the chat box, type where you are, the country that you are in, and if you're here in attendance, I want you to look at that chat box and you will see Austria, you will see all of those countries pop up in front of you, Holland, Turkey, and this is such an important point here, folks, because what we are onto here are products and an opportunity to go along with them that is truly, truly global. And you're going to hear me emphasize this throughout the course of this webinar, because the very design of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin protocol, the Bitcoin infrastructure, lends itself to something that is completely global, that is outside the scope of payment processors like PayPal, that's outside the scope of credit cards, organizations like Visa and MasterCard, and that becomes very, very relevant to us, especially as marketers. So I see these countries coming across. Detroit, Michigan, didn't realize that was a country, but nonetheless, China, Russia, United Kingdom, Thailand, Greece, Sicily, Netherlands, obviously lots of folks in the USA, Tennessee, Iraq, Ghana. Hey, let's hear it for Ghana. I was actually born in Accra, Ghana, believe it or not. Colombia, Thailand, North Korea, Belgium, the UK, of course, Greece is being represented. So is Bozeman, Montana, and San Diego, USA. I love it. Virginia, let's hear it for Virginia, because I'm in Virginia. Romania is being represented by Cage77, United Kingdom. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal how many people are here from so many different parts of the world, because they recognize that this is an opportunity, this is a business, these are products that where previously they may not have had access because, for example, a merchant account wasn't available, or credit card processors weren't available, or PayPal didn't allow them to use its services. As you will discover, this is a truly global business with products and an opportunity to boot that are accessible by anyone and everyone in the world. So the countries are still coming in: North Korea, Nepal, Sweden, Mexico, Lithuania. Absolutely, absolutely wonderful and exciting. So while we're still kind of waiting a few minutes, because I know that folks will trickle in once they actually do the time conversion and they realize that, oh my gosh, the very first Bitcoin Economy webinar is starting right now. That's when folks will start to trickle in. But you'll see that I'm here not just by myself, but I'm joined by some esteemed panelists to whom I will be introducing you in just a moment. But while we are kind of spooling up here, and we don't want to go too long, because I know that for many of you it's the wee hours of the morning and your time is precious, and so we want to keep this as informative as possible without going too long. But while we're just kind of getting started here, you know, I was thinking about how I was going to open this. You know, right before we started, and you know, I was kind of taken back, and this is more of like a personal story, and all of us have our stories like this, but I was thinking about how just over a year ago, it was actually December of 2012, so just over a year ago, I remember, speaking as a professional network marketer here, I remember you know, I'd spent a few months trying to decide where I wanted to focus my attention. You know, what would my primary business be, right? And so, you know, after a few months of deliberating and diligence and so on and so forth, I remember waking up. In fact, I remember the day like it was yesterday. I remember waking up on December 11th, 2012, with just a tremendous sense of excitement, excitement because of what I knew the year would hold for me, because I had made that decision. I had made a decision about a business, and the business that I'm referring to is not important. The point is, I had identified a business, an opportunity, a company with tremendous products that I had decided I was going to spend the next year, namely 2013, building, okay, and focusing on, and treating it like a business. And so I'd gone through this period of you know, introspection and deliberation and diligence and so forth, and because of course there are so many opportunities out there, as we know, and so it kind of culminated with me waking up on December 11th and with this tremendous sense of relief and excitement, because I believed in my heart of hearts that I had found a business that I could really sink my teeth into, that I could really wrap my arms around, that I could embrace, and that I could feel really good about sharing with others, because the products were substantive and they were backed by an income opportunity as well, you know. And it was a tremendous sense of excitement, but also relief, because, you know, I'd made that decision, and I knew that if I focused on this throughout 2014, that this would be tremendously successful, not just for myself, but also for my team members, right? Well, a year later, fast forward a year later, so like, you know, last December, in this business, and again, the business itself does not matter. What I want to convey to you is that excitement I felt. Well, fast forward a year later, and I had earned over, actually almost $250,000 in this business, with so many team members who had also found success in that same business, and it feels absolutely wonderful. It feels absolutely gratifying and wonderful. So why am I telling you this? Well, today, as I was preparing for this this webinar, you know, I was thinking about, you know, I was kind of looking inwards at how I'm feeling about Bitcoin economy and what lies ahead of us, what lies ahead of all of you who are here right now listening to this webinar, those of you who will listen to the recording later. And I have to tell you that I feel exactly the way I did over a year ago, just about a year ago, on December 11th, when I woke up that day, when I felt that sense of relief, because I knew I had found what works for me, what will work for so many others, and I felt that sense of excitement, because I knew that what we have here is something that's going to benefit a lot of people. And so, more than a year later, I feel like I felt then. All of you who are here, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you are in the right place at the right time. As cliche as that may sound, I am so optimistic, I am so confident in what this company, Bitcoin Economy, can achieve. Absolutely confident. In fact, some of you may know this, some of you may not, but in the interest of full disclosure, not only am I one of the co-founders in Bitcoin Economy, but I'm also a shareholder. I'm one of the founders who actually invested more than you want to know in this company. That's how much I believe in it. And I think it's important that you know that. I think it's important that you understand that this webinar is not about a sales pitch. We feel far too optimistic and confident about this to have to actually sell you on anything. A lot of the folks in attendance in this webinar are co-founders. So there are a lot of people in attendance in this webinar who see our vision, and we're not here to sell you on anything. We're here to inform you, to educate you, to help you understand what's on the horizon, to help you understand what Bitcoin Economy is all about, to help you to answer any questions that you may have, which you can type in the chat box, and we will get to those questions just as quickly as we can. Now, folks, speaking of the chat box, I have another PC going here where I can see the chat box and so forth, and it looks like there are a couple of folks, as always, who are posting links to this and that and so forth. Folks, we're all adults here, okay? If you're here spamming your links, you have a lot to learn about marketing. If you inadvertently pasted a link in the chat box, that's cool, no worries, but please, no links in the chat box. However, right below this presentation, you will see a yellow box where it says click here to register under the person who referred you to Bitcoin Economy. If you click on that link, then whoever invited you to this presentation, you will register under them. So I guess now is a good point to point that out. Under the presentation, you'll see a yellow chat box, or a yellow box with a blue link in it. It says click here to register under the person who referred you to Bitcoin Economy. It will open up a new window, and you can register for that. under the person who invited you here. So the chat room is just going crazy. But anyway, again, welcome to each and every one of you. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I already see questions that are coming in through the chat box, and we will try to get to those questions just as quickly as I can. But allow me, if you don't mind, in no particular order, to introduce to you just some of the folks behind the scenes at Bitcoin Economy, because Bitcoin Economy, much like the protocol itself, it's not centralized. There are a lot of people here behind the scenes who are contributing to Bitcoin Economy. So first, let me just, in order from left to right, no particular order, let me go ahead and introduce you first to Boz. Now, Boz, and again, forgive me, Boz, if I'm mispronouncing your name, but I think it's pretty easy, right? Well, Boz is one of the co-founders of the development company Von owns, I believe, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But he's one of the founders of the company that we have hired, the development company that is responsible behind the scenes for the entire Bitcoin infrastructure, ranging from the back office that so many of you see to so much that you don't see. And I think it's important for everyone here to understand that this isn't just a couple of people here who are throwing something together. This is a concerted effort by a lot of professionals, Boz's company included, who are building the backbone, if you will, for Bitcoin Economy. So, Boz, I'm going to throw it over to you. Please share your insights, whatever thoughts you have, whatever you think folks need to hear. And we appreciate, as I said right before the webinar, we really appreciate everything you have done to bring this together. So over to you, Boz, and your team.
Hey, Tissa, thank you, and welcome to Amsterdam for some seconds. We're very delighted to be part of this movement, and we think that this team and the group of people we have now are able to make the Bitcoin mainstream. I think that's what we're doing all together. I have goosebumps about that every day from the moment that we started on this project. On your left, or probably right, my colleague Magiel is, and he will tell you something technical about his job and the application. Yeah, we're working with a big team, or with 8 people from Amsterdam continuously on this project. We are very excited. That's it for now.
Thank you, Boz. Michael, did you want to add anything there?
Well, just happy to say we're working with you, of course. I'm the chief software engineer for of Van Ons, so I'm a lead developer on this project, and it's a lovely project to do because I've been interested in Bitcoins for a few years, and it's finally do we have the possibility to start making it big, and that's what I love. That's all I had to add.
Thank you, Michael, and very well said by both Boz and Michael. And I think that, like I said, first of all, I think it's important, folks, that you hear from the development company, the lead developers who are behind the technical aspects of Bitcoin Economy, because we're serious about this. We're not just throwing together a website here. A lot of resources have been dedicated to building the backbone of Bitcoin Economy. And I think what Boz said at the very beginning when he talked about Bitcoin going mainstream, and this is such an important point, folks, and we will get back to this and we will touch on these points more and more and more. But what Bitcoin Economy is all about is about Bitcoin going mainstream. And you don't have to look much further than the headlines. Almost every day it seems that Bitcoin is becoming more and more widely adopted, and whether it's the WordPress as a company, just a few months ago, WordPress as a company started accepting Bitcoin as payment for their platform services in order to increase their global reach. There's that other point here about tapping markets that were previously unreachable, but now we can reach them thanks to Bitcoin. That's what WordPress is doing. So whether it's WordPress trying to tap global markets, or whether it's one of the largest US retailers, Overstock.com. As some of you may have heard, Overstock.com, one of the largest retailers here in the US, became the first to start accepting Bitcoin as payment. And last week, when they started accepting Bitcoin, I think they had $126,000 day, $126,000 in sales through Bitcoin. And so a lot of this, a lot of what we are about has to do with capitalizing on Bitcoin going mainstream. I'll tell you right now that what we are not about, what Bitcoin economy is not about, is investments or providing investment advice. We are not here to provide any investment advice whatsoever. Our products have nothing to do with advising you on how to invest in Bitcoin. This is not about investing in Bitcoin, and that's a really important point because you know, so many of us, in fact, I'm willing to bet that there are many people in attendance right now who have no clue what Bitcoin is. And you know what? That's actually a good thing, because if you already knew everything you needed to know about Bitcoin, it would probably be too late to capitalize on this opportunity. But what I can tell you right now is that our products are here to educate you. They are here to inform you. They are here to help you see how you can benefit from the Bitcoin boom, from the Bitcoin revolution. This is not about how to invest in Bitcoin. We're not here to invest in Bitcoin. And a lot of folks initially, when they hear about Bitcoin and they hear the news reports of the volatility and, you know, Bitcoin is $1,000 one day and maybe $1,300 another day and maybe $700 another day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the businesses that accept Bitcoin. I just mentioned, for example, WordPress and Overstock.com. The volatility of Bitcoin doesn't matter to businesses because they are treating it as a currency. If Overstock.com sells something for $100, well, you know what? They get paid with $100 in Bitcoin. The volatility does not matter unless you are a speculator or an investor. And we're not here to invest in Bitcoin. We're not here to teach you how to invest in Bitcoin. We are here to help you identify opportunities in the Bitcoin marketplace, just like Overstock.com identified an opportunity, just like WordPress has identified an opportunity, just like Sir Richard Branson has identified an opportunity in Bitcoin. The list goes on and on and on. And so we are here to educate you and to help you identify opportunities in the Bitcoin space, not to provide any investment advice whatsoever. So continuing with our esteemed panelists here very quickly, I'm not sure if Isolde is here. I see just her avatar, not her video. Let me jump over to Princess Fizz, who is one of the co-founders as well of Bitcoin Economy. Princess Fizz, thank you so much for being here. Share with us your insights. Share with us what compelled you to be a part of this. Take it away, Princess.
Thank you very much, Tissa. It's an absolute honor to be on the panel today. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in today. Basically, I'm so excited about this Bitcoin Academy that we're launching. When I was first approached about it, first of all, I had to understand what Bitcoin was for that reason and why it's going to be so powerful and why the Academy is there to educate people. So if I can just share a little bit about Bitcoin, the reason why it's going to be so powerful is because if you look at the reason why Bitcoin came about, if you look at, say, for instance, Chinese manufacturers, they've been outraged by the legacy banking system. You know, they wait 6 to 8 weeks before they get payments, and they have to pay 100K to actually channel these payments. So there's obviously a big problem there for manufacturers. So this small group of people have actually come together and developed a genius system where they can't actually find any flaws in it. It's so well thought out. And the beautiful thing is that it's not centralized. It's peer-to-peer. It's 100% peer-to-peer. So the transaction is between you and the service or product that you are wanting. So there's no kind of anyone in between, which is so powerful. And that's why, if I can just explain to you, with banking, it's a huge threat to banking system, because as you know, that banking is a huge industry, and you know, any kind of new innovation, it can be quite threatening to them, because it's very profitable. So when they try to place regulations, they can't actually regulate Bitcoin. So it's actually a huge potential in this innovation that they've created. So I'm excited, because a lot of people need education in movement. They need innovation in a lot of things. I mean, a lot of placements at the moment are very old school. They're dated, and the reason why I think Academy is going to work is because it's a source of education to teach the old school kind of regulators that things can be done differently, and times are moving forward very fast. So I'm very excited about these products and becoming a Bitcoin professional and training as many people as we can. It's not just about the products, it's about creating entrepreneurs, you know, thinking out of the box, and just moving with time. So thank you very much, and that's all I'd like to say.
Thank you, Princess. I really appreciate your insights. I was, pardon me, I was busy banning folks from the chat there because they were spamming links. But thank you, Princess, for that. We really appreciate your insights. And what I'd like to do right now is to go over to Rudy Fares, who is our Director of Finance at Bitcoin Economy. Hopefully Rudy is available. What we're trying to do here, folks, is kind of give you some very quick behind-the-scenes glimpses into who Bitcoin Economy is, ranging from the development company, from the lead developers to other co-founders, and now on to Rudy, who is the Director of Finance at Bitcoin Economy. Rudy, are you available by chance? I don't think so. I see just Rudy's avatar, but maybe Rudy will be able to come back on a bit later. Let's go over to Tina Marie Williams, who I think Tina will prove herself as the glue that holds it all together when it comes to wrangling the users, the co-founders, the members in our Facebook group, disseminating information, and so I'm going to thank you, Tina, in advance for everything that you've already done as part of this effort, and everything that I know you will do to kind of hold us together and really play a key role in distributing information to our co-founder base. So thank you for everything, Tina. I'm going to throw it over to you. I'm getting a bit of an echo. I think Tina, so maybe we're having running in another tab or PC or not. But I'll go ahead and throw it over to you.
Thank you, Tissa. And for those of you who haven't had a chance to meet, as Tissa said, I'm Tina Marie Williams. I'm here in the United States. And I have to say, I'm a little bit in accent heaven right now. I'm loving how global our company is. I don't know if you saw me smiling when Princess was talking. I'm sitting there kind of just in awe over her accent and loving this. And I'm just really excited to be on board. When I was introduced to Bitcoin Economy, it was kind of a no-brainer. It was like, yeah, this is exactly what we need. And I'm really proud to be one of the shareholders of the company, and seeing what amazing people we have coming on board right now, and seeing the people in our co-founders group. We really are just, I think one of the things that's unique for us is we're attracting really professional people, and I think it's because of what our product is, and we have some really high caliber people coming on board, and some people that are really high interest in just investments and currencies and an understanding of economy and that sort of thing being attracted. And I really have to just back up what Princess said. As far as our economy, Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin, because that really reiterates why it's important that this currency is not ready. And for those of you who are in the United States, then I definitely recommend you pick that up. And I'm just as excited as everybody else. I know we have a lot of information to cover, so I don't want to take up much more. We're going to be in that top 100 income earners list in no time. So I think we're really attracting those type of people, and I'm excited to see us break some records.
Thank you so much, Tina, and I apologize if I interrupted you there. I think the audio was a little bit fuzzy, but thank you so much, Tina. And you know, Tina made, I thought, a really good point. And go ahead, if you don't mind, Tina, just go ahead and mute your mic there. Thank you. I think Tina made a really good point about the caliber of folks as distributors, as affiliates, that we have been attracting, because I have had the advantage, and actually many of you as team builders have already witnessed this happening as well. It has been really impressive and stunning, I think, in many ways, to see the caliber of team builders that we have attracted. We have a lot of folks on board with proven track records as team builders, who recognize, again, not just the products, the value of the products that we will be selling here, but the opportunity as well. And there's never a good opportunity unless you lead with genuine, substantive products of real value, products that people can actually benefit from. And so I think between the products and the opportunity, I think that's what accounts for what Tina mentioned. That accounts for the 6,500 people who have joined over the past 2 weeks from over 150 countries. I think there's a certain caliber of professional marketers who recognize the potential here, as well as the products and the opportunity. So what I want to do for you folks right now is, and time is just zipping along, I would like to kind of, before we get to your questions, I want to play for you, all of you, a video, and if the panelists can mic their mutes, listen to me. I said if the panelists can mic their mutes, I mean mute your mic. And that includes you, Princess, who's laughing at me over here. Yeah, I'm just so excited about this. But yeah, go ahead and mute your mics if you don't mind. And I just want to play, if I can figure out how to do this on Google Hangouts. That's probably my greatest challenge right now. But I want to play a very quick video for you. And this actually is, you know, I mentioned there are all these companies more and more who are accepting Bitcoin as payment, and one of the companies that is testing Bitcoin as a payment method is the very same company whose platform many of you are using right now to watch this live webcast on Facebook. And indeed, that company is Facebook. And Facebook, just a couple of weeks ago, announced that they are also now testing Bitcoin as a payment method. And in that same vein, speaking of Facebook, you know, no discussion of Facebook would be complete without discussing companies like Zynga, who are so closely integrated with Facebook. And Zynga, the gaming company, the ones who are responsible, I think, for like Farmville and thisville and thatville. I don't play those games, so I don't really know. But Zynga also announced that it was now starting to accept Bitcoin as in-app payments. Again, another indication of how widespread adoption for Bitcoin is becoming. But back to Facebook. So Facebook announced a couple of weeks ago that they were starting to experiment with accepting Bitcoin. Now just stop to think about that for a moment, folks. I mean, I think everyone here, excuse me for just a moment, folks. I need to, you know, I need to. There are always a few rotten apples in the group here, but let me go ahead and just I need to ban a few folks here who are just being, you know, downright rude. So I just did that. Bear with me. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, I believe I took care of that. Thank you, folks. So stop to think about that for a moment. Stop to think about the fact that here, I think everyone here understands and appreciates the magnitude of Facebook, what a force it has become. And here we have a company like Facebook, that is experimenting with accepting Bitcoin for its services. So with that in mind, I wanted to share with all of you a video. Now bear with me here. I'm going to see if I can pull this up. I tried practicing. Okay, folks, let me try that one more time. But if all the panelists, can please mute their mics, that would be awesome. Thank you. And then I will try to do this one more time. Bear with me. Okay, folks. I don't think that can all of you hear me? Okay. I don't think that video was playing. Yeah, nothing was playing there. But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. And the reason the video wasn't playing is because I don't know how. Apparently, I don't know how to play a YouTube video in Google Hangouts. But here's the thing. I really, really want you folks to see this video. And I'm not going to give up that easily. So, is everyone paying attention? We have hundreds of people here, and we're going to try to pull this off together as a team. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that video right in front of you. This page that you are on in Facebook is going to reload, okay? We're going to watch that video together, all of us, and then the page will reload, and I will be right back. Boss is laughing over there because he knows enough to know that this could go horribly awry, but we're going to make this happen. Okay, so here's the deal, folks. Okay, here's the deal. Everyone just stay where you are. Don't move. Through the magic of Viral Webcaster, I'm going to go ahead and flip a switch behind the scenes. The page will automatically reload. The video will play. I want all of you to watch it, and then I will put the YouTube link in the chat. Okay, I just don't want everyone going off now to YouTube. So let me just go ahead and give this a shot. Okay, we can do this, folks. This is just the beginning of us accomplishing great things together. Okay, this is just the beginning. This is nothing compared to what all of us as a team at Bitcoin Economy are going to accomplish together. Okay, so hang on a minute here. Let me just get to a page that you can't see here, and hold on a second, and I'll give you the link. I promise. I will give you the link here. Hang on a minute. Okay, hold on. Automagically, baby. That's right. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click a button, and the link, the page will reload, and then right after that, we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Okay, I want you to watch this video. Stay tuned. Okay, we should be back. Did that work? I think that worked. Boss, did that seem to work okay? Princess is clapping, so I'm getting a thumbs up from Boss. Okay, good. Thank you very much for all of you who played along. I actually think that worked pretty well, and now you should be seeing me. Most importantly, if you watched that video, there were some really important points made there by that gentleman from Facebook, but there is one thing that he said in particular that I think is so important, and it was right towards the end of the video, where he said, this is the time when people should be trying really big, crazy things. And you know what, folks? That's what Bitcoin Economy is all about. We are one of those people, you are one of those people who are trying really big, crazy things. We are all together trying something really big and crazy with Bitcoin Economy, because you heard exactly what he had to say. You know, in a lot of parts of the world, Bitcoin right now is solving a problem with currency pressures, as he called it. There are certain nations out there where the governments are unstable, the currencies are unstable, and for a lot of people in those nations, Bitcoin is a hedge, is a protection of sorts. That's awesome. That, as he said, Bitcoin is exactly where it needs to be right now. But if you listened closely to what he said right after that, is that after that initial phase, that is when we will start to see Bitcoin as a payment mechanism, as a payment network. And this is where you need to pay really close attention, folks, when it comes to why you are here, what Bitcoin economy is all about. I already told you it's not about investing. It's not about giving investment advice. But I want to take you back. And some of you here may be too young to remember, but I want to take you back to the early 1990s. Oh, in fact, I forgot to post the link there. That's right. Folks were telling me to post a link. I'll post a link to the video in a moment. I want to take you back, and I remember this very well. I want to take you back to the early 1990s when a lot of people were scratching their heads and wondering what this thing called the World Wide Web is all about. And a lot of people, when we first started talking about the World Wide Web, a lot of people had no clue what it was. It was something confusing. They didn't quite get it. Okay? Well, now, fast forward 30 years, fast forward 20 years, now look at us. Look at all the applications and the great companies that have been built on this thing we call the World Wide Web. Look at all the fortunes that have been created by companies like Gmail, like Facebook, like YouTube, who basically built applications on top of the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web is a protocol, it's a platform, it's a standard, whatever you want to call it. It's a basis upon which so many great companies have been built, so many fortunes have been made. And the reason this company that all of you are a part of is called Bitcoin Economy is because we aim to be one of those great companies built on top of the Bitcoin platform, the Bitcoin infrastructure, the Bitcoin protocol, the Bitcoin basis, whatever you want to call it. And so that is the core of what Bitcoin Economy is about. That is our vision. It only starts with the educational products. And let's get into some of the nitty-gritty and try to answer some of the questions here that I know many of you have. We're going to be starting out initially with 3 products. Okay, we're going to be starting out initially with 3 products. Some of you know this, some of you don't, but I know many of you are asking questions in this regard. So let's get to some of the nitty-gritty, okay? We're starting out with 3 products. The first product is launching on February 3rd. The first product is launching on February 3rd. This will be a basic certification product. This will teach you the fundamentals of Bitcoin. And there are 3 products total. This first product will sell for $25 per month, and it will teach you the fundamentals of Bitcoin, because the fact of the matter is, I'm willing to bet you that most of you who are in attendance right now don't really understand what Bitcoin is about or what it is, and that's okay. That's why our mission is to educate you, to inform you, and to teach you. So the first course, the first product is the basic Bitcoin certification for $25 per month. That product, sales of that product are 100% commission. The next product, the second product, which will roll out approximately a couple of weeks after the first product, is the intermediate, if you will, the middle Bitcoin certification course, where once again we teach you more advanced information. This is now beyond the fundamentals of Bitcoin, but this is more advanced information about how you can position yourself to benefit from this growing Bitcoin economy. That course is $95 per month, or is it $100? Frankly, I'm not sure, but it's in that neighborhood, $95 or $100 per month, and you earn 100% commissions on the sale of that product. And also, let me point out here that you don't have to become an affiliate to purchase any of these products. If you're someone who walks in off the street, so to speak, and you want to purchase a training course, that beginner course on Bitcoin, fantastic. There's no requirement for you to become an affiliate. And that applies to all of the courses. Becoming an affiliate is strictly optional. It is not required for you to become an affiliate to actually sell the products. And then the third product, as you can probably imagine, is the more advanced product. And this is where we kind of get into the higher level strategies, the kind of stuff that would really make no sense to you had you not built that foundation with the basic course and the intermediate course. So with this advanced course, which sells for $475, which is a one-time purchase, this is where you learn the higher level strategies. This is where you learn how to really capitalize, how to leverage the Bitcoin economy once you have a solid grasp of the fundamentals as taught by the basic and the intermediate courses. So as you can see, our initial products are all educational in nature. Because the fact of the matter is, for a lot of people, again, this is uncharted territory. Most people don't fully understand what the Bitcoin economy is all about. That's why you have so many people who are still, they're paying attention to the volatility of Bitcoin and really missing the bigger picture here. Because again, this is not about investing in Bitcoin. This is about understanding how Bitcoin really has the potential to become an alternative payment network. And you heard that gentleman in the Facebook video, or from Facebook in that video, allude to that. After it grows in these various nations in response to currency pressures, then we get into this phase where it becomes a payment mechanism, where it becomes a payment network to rival the likes of PayPal, to rival the likes of MasterCard, to rival the likes of Visa, to rival the likes of Western Union. And if all of that sounds like totally crazy and like complete hype to you, guess what? It isn't, because it was back in November and December when the daily value of Bitcoin transactions surpassed Western Union and PayPal. So if we are here, for example, to educate you about those kinds of facts so you can benefit, so your business, so you can build your best business around those facts, that's valuable information. And that is a fact, by the way. The daily transaction value, the value of daily transactions using Bitcoin has indeed surpassed that of PayPal and Western Union, which I find absolutely stunning. And I think it's a great indication of all of us being in the right place at the right time, focusing our attention on the opportunities in the Bitcoin space. So that answers, hopefully, questions that you have about the products. Let me just, now bear with me, folks. I'm going to scroll through some of the chat here, and I mean the chat has completely exploded. One other thing I want to point out, this isn't about mining Bitcoin either. I know that we have a lot of miners in attendance here, and I think that mining is actually pretty cool myself, but just to clarify, this isn't about mining Bitcoin. Now, we have more products planned. We want to educate people first, as I mentioned, with those initial 3 products. We have many more products planned that I'm not going to get into here, but I will say this, that at this point, this is not about mining Bitcoin, fascinating as I know that is for many people, myself included. But just to set the record straight, this isn't about having to mine Bitcoin here. Bear with me. I'm just going through some more of these questions. Here's actually, oh, I just missed it. Oh, hold on a second. Bear with me. Philip here with a question. Do you see Bitcoin as a stock or a currency? And I think that's a great question, Philip, because I think one could answer that both ways. But for our purposes, we're much closer to viewing Bitcoin as a currency, because to view it as a stock, once again, would suggest that we view it as an investment, and we don't view it as an investment for the purposes of Bitcoin economy. So we view it as an alternative currency, as a means to an alternative payment network. So great question there. Let's see, bear with me. I'm just scrolling through some of these comments and questions here, folks. Now I'm also going to get to, a lot of folks have been asking how they can fund their Bitcoin wallets, how they can pay that annual affiliate fee of $199, right? I'm going to get to that here in just a moment. Bitminer89 makes another great point, which accounts for the increasing adoption of Bitcoin. You know, from a merchant's standpoint, if any of you have ever had a business where you accept Visa or MasterCard, you know, and American Express is actually even more, but you know that you typically pay anywhere from 3 to 5% in transaction fees. And even if you're using PayPal, PayPal is 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. And one of the advantages with Bitcoin for merchants is that the transaction fees are much closer to 1%. This is one of the key reasons that accounts for adoption of Bitcoin by US retailers, like, for example, Overstock.com. One of the advantages to them is that they're paying much less in transaction fees to Visa or MasterCard. And also another challenge, if you've ever had a merchant account, one of the biggest challenges you face are chargebacks, where someone buys goods or services, you deliver the goods and services as promised, and yet for whatever reasons, they file a dispute with their credit card company and they say, oh, well, you know, I didn't receive the goods, or something of that nature. And chargebacks are really a significant cost for businesses, and yet with the Bitcoin system, there are no chargebacks. Once you have delivered your goods or products or services, once you have made that sale, there are no reversals. The transaction is instant and it cannot be reversed, and that same benefit extends to Bitcoin economy affiliates. When you generate commissions on the sales of our products, those commissions are paid to you instantly. Well, maybe I shouldn't say instantly. I don't know if is 18 minutes instant or not. I don't know. But those commissions are paid to you within an hour. And that is largely a function, again, of this Bitcoin economy, but it's a tremendous benefit if you are a marketer. I mean, I'll speak for myself, having built teams in other companies where you might be, you know, you're paying for advertising, whether it's pay-per-click or any other type of advertising. Cash flow is critical for you. You want to be paid those commissions as quickly as possible so you can turn those commissions around and invest them in your business, or in many cases, use them to subsidize your living, your expenses, right? One of the huge advantages here, folks, of the Bitcoin economy is that when you make a sale, those commissions are paid to you within the hour. And again, go back to what I said earlier about, you know, volatility and fluctuations are not an issue here, because if you earn $1,000 in commissions, well, then you will be paid $1,000 in Bitcoin, whatever the value of Bitcoin at that point in time may be. It doesn't matter. You're going to get your $1,000 in commissions no matter what. And then, and this goes to some other questions now I know that some of you have, once the commissions are paid to you, now keep in mind they are paid to your Bitcoin wallet. Now, for those of you who are here in the US, probably the most popular Bitcoin wallet provider right now is Coinbase. Okay, and really the best way to explain Coinbase is by saying that it's very similar to PayPal in that it's kind of like the PayPal of Bitcoin. And just like you can fund your PayPal account, you can pay businesses using your PayPal account, you can receive commissions into your PayPal account, you can withdraw those commissions from your PayPal account into your bank account. Coinbase works the exact same way. You fund your Coinbase account with, for example, a bank account, a US bank account, and all of the Bitcoin wallets globally work in a similar fashion. You basically, you fund your Bitcoin wallet using your bank account. So you purchase Bitcoin, okay? It lands in your Bitcoin wallet, like Coinbase, for example, and then from your Bitcoin wallet, you can purchase goods, just like you'll be able to purchase the products that Bitcoin economy sells. So using your Bitcoin wallet, you can purchase products in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will pay your commissions into your Bitcoin wallet as well. Now, if, like I said, if you're in the US, probably your best bet, the one that we're recommending for those of you who are in the US, is Coinbase. If you are in Asia, Mt. Gox, mt.gox is one that you can use. If you're in Europe, bitstamp.net, I believe, is one that you can use. But don't get confused when we talk about these Bitcoin wallets. They're really no different than having a PayPal account, except, of course, everything is in Bitcoin. And so just like you can purchase with your Bitcoin wallet, just like you can purchase with PayPal, you can do the exact same thing with your Bitcoin wallet. And just like commissions can be paid to you into your PayPal account, commissions can be paid to you into your Bitcoin wallet. And then from there, you can withdraw those funds into your local bank account, into whatever your local currency is. And so I'll just use myself as an example. If I'm paid commissions into my Coinbase account, well, I can set up Coinbase so that every day it'll automatically withdraw those funds and deposit them as US dollars into my bank account. And that's exactly what you can do as well. Now, in different countries, there are different Bitcoin wallet providers available. For example, Coinbase, anyone anywhere can create a Coinbase account, but you can only fund it using a US bank account. So it varies by country. This is part of the nature of Bitcoin right now. And if you have any questions, and I know so many of you have questions in this regard, what I really encourage you to do is we have a co-founders Facebook group that has already been set up. These are for people who have already paid their $199 affiliate fee in time to become co-founders. Now, if you haven't done that yet, there's still time to do that. There's still time to pay your $199 affiliate fee. And if you do that before, I believe, the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken, that's the end of January, you can still be designated a co-founder, which means that you have permission from Bitcoin Economy to use the co-founder title. Now, that's really important because the co-founder title, it adds credibility to you as a marketer. And again, this is only for people who become co-founders before the end of January, who pay that affiliate fee before the end of January. It adds credibility to you as a marketer to be able to call yourself a co-founder. It also gives you increased access to the company's leadership, which is very important. You have a greater voice in the company. And superficial at first as this may sound, it also gives you front row seating at the events. And the reason I kind of chuckle when I say that is because that really is more valuable than you realize, because having built teams in different companies, and when companies have events and you go to those events, having front row access, being on stage, the fact of the matter is it's a great way for you to be edified by the company. It's a great way to give yourself increased visibility. It's a great way to promote your brand. So don't take that lightly. When on one of the pages on the site, we mentioned, front row seating at the events. Well, the point we're really trying to make is greater visibility for you, where we are able to edify you more than we are others. And so those are just some of the benefits available to the co-founders or to those folks who pay that $199 affiliate fee before the end of this month. So I think now we're at about an hour. I think now is a great time to tell people, if you haven't done so already, click on that link right below this presentation. It says click to register under the person who referred you to Bitcoin Economy. Click on that link. It will open up a new window. Register for free. Create your free account so you can position yourself in the genealogy, and so you can start to prepare to pay that $199 affiliate fee. Because again, depending on where you are in the world, if you're not in the US or if you're perhaps in the UK or in Africa somewhere, the process is going to be a little bit different for you than everyone else, because you will be working with a different PayPal, if you will, just as an example. But again, the beauty of this is that anyone and everyone here can do this, no matter where in the world you are, because you won't have a PayPal blocking you. You won't have a MasterCard or a Visa blocking you. It'll be a different process for many of you, depending on where you are in the world. It may take longer for some of you to have your Bitcoin wallet funded. That's okay. That's why we're giving you time to do this. But now is when you want to, if you haven't already, click on the link below the presentation. It'll open up a new window. It takes like 2 minutes to create your free account. That free account will position you in the genealogy, and that free account will also give you a link that you can start promoting to help build your team, even if you haven't yet paid the annual affiliate fee of $199. And in that regard, I see a couple of people asking about that affiliate fee. The affiliate fee is basically $19 per month, but we are offering it only on an annual basis for $199, and so you basically save like $40 off the cost of that affiliate fee. So you definitely want to make sure that you become a qualified affiliate if you want to earn commissions on the sales of products. If you don't want to earn commissions on the sales of products, that's perfectly fine. You can just buy the products. If you want to earn commissions on the sales of products, then you want to pay that affiliate fee so you can earn those commissions. Now, as I mentioned, the first product is launching on February 3rd. So you want to make sure that your affiliate fee is paid no later than February 3rd, because remember, when we start selling that first product, you start earning those commissions, and those commissions are paid instantly or within the hour. So you definitely want to make sure that you are a paid affiliate no later than February 3rd, because if you aren't, you won't earn commissions on the sales of that first product launching on February 3rd. Michael, with a great question, which leads me to my next point: what is the link to become an affiliate, a qualified affiliate? So here's what you want to do. In fact, many of you by now should have already done this, if you haven't already, which is click on the link below the presentation, go to the page that opens up, just enter your basic information, name, email address, so on and so forth, your username, your password. That's it. You're in. You'll be taken automatically to your Bitcoin Economy account. Now, once you are in your account, and let me just actually look at an account here so I can tell you exactly what to do. Once you are in your Bitcoin Economy account, in the left margin, you will see a link that says subscriptions. In fact, I think as soon as you log in, you see, in my case, I've already paid it, so I'm not seeing exactly what you say, what you see. But nonetheless, in the left margin, you will see a link that says My Bitcoin Balance or subscriptions. It's a very simple, easy to navigate back office, thanks to Boz and his team. But you click on that link, and what you will see basically is exactly how much you need to pay, the $199, and to which address you need to send it. Now, it's going to be a little bit different here, folks, because it's not actually going to say $199. It's going to say whatever the equivalent is in Bitcoin, in BTC. And so, for example, it might say, you know, send 0.269684 BTC to an address. Okay, and there's going to be like this really, really long address. Well, you know what? That is the Bitcoin equivalent of email addresses. They don't look like email addresses. They are just like this long string of numbers and letters, but they are unique. Okay, so you're going to see exactly how much in Bitcoin you need to send to a particular address, and that equates to $199. So what you want to do is, if you're using Coinbase as your Bitcoin wallet or whatever else you may be using in your country, you want to fund that account with at least $200 or $199. So you have $199 or $200, whatever, in your Bitcoin wallet. Okay? Once you've done that, you simply send the $199 represented in Bitcoin, which will be 0.26 blah, 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 whatever it is. You send that amount from your Bitcoin wallet to the Bitcoin address that you see in your Bitcoin economy back office. It's that simple. It's really, really that simple. This is no different than pulling funds into your PayPal account. This is no different than funding your PayPal account. And then once you have money in your PayPal account, you can send that money to someone's email address, right? You're doing the exact same thing here. You're funding your Bitcoin wallet, whether it's Coinbase or whatever else. And then once the money is in your Bitcoin wallet, you're sending whatever Bitcoin economy tells you to send in your back office, the $199 represented as Bitcoin, to an address. And the address you send it to is the address that appears in your back office, your Bitcoin economy back office. Very, very easy to do. Now, however, easy as it may be, I know for a lot of folks this is new, right? This is new. And so there's a bit of a learning curve. And once you've done it once, you're going to realize how utterly simple and easy it was to do. But there is a learning curve. So what I encourage you to do is to get funded, pay that $199 affiliate fee so we can add you to this private Facebook co-founder group that we already have, where we are answering questions and we are helping people get started. But for now, again, what you need to do is you need to click on the link below this presentation. It will open up a new window. Whoever invited you will be your sponsor. If anyone is posting links in the chat box, just ignore that, because let me just take a very quick moment here, folks, because we're totally slammed here with hundreds of people, and we have a few rotten apples who are pasting links in the chat box. And of course, what they don't realize is that this is not a way to build their business. But don't click on any of the links in the chat box and join someone because they pasted a link in the chat box. You don't want to be led by a spammer. You don't want to follow a spammer. So whoever invited you to the presentation, click on the link below the presentation in the yellow box, and you will automatically be coded to whoever invited you to this presentation. Because you want to align yourselves with leaders, and most of the people who invited you to this presentation are co-founders, are leaders who have proven track records. So you want to make sure that you align yourself with competent leadership. Let's see here. Let me look at some more of these comments and questions here. Bear with me while I scroll through these. Let's see. If there's anything that my panelists want to chime in here, Boz or Princess or Rudy, is there anything that I neglected to mention that you folks, please feel free to jump in.
I think you've covered quite a lot there, Tissa. I think it's wonderful the way that you explain things. But yeah, just to, I think it's just the academy is very, very exciting, and I think we're bringing together professionals in different areas, and we're bringing together a lot of talent that's going to go into this academy, and from different parts of the world as well, you know, with different levels of experience, and we're all combining this huge energy, and it's going to explode. So I'm just totally excited, and I'm just really, really crazy to work with the people that we're going to, you know, be shareholders and be part of the team. So yeah, rock on.
Thank you, Princess. And you know, I think Princess made like a really important point just now, because I think it's important for folks to know that you know, and this actually goes to a question that I just saw came across the chat. I guess, where will you be in the future? I guess that was a question, but I think it's important to know, folks, that Princess, myself, many other folks, a handful of people that you don't actually see here, are not just co-founders who have paid the $199 affiliate fee, but we are shareholders in the company, which means that we have drawn a significant sum from our own pockets to put into this company. And I do mean significant, much, much more than the $199 affiliate fee. And I think it's important that you know that, because I think it's important for you to know that you have leadership here that's not going anywhere. We are in this for the long haul. We believe in the potential before us, not just when it comes to Bitcoin, but when it comes to this particular company and the leadership that it's backed by. I think it's really, really important for folks to know that, and I'll give you a great, just a more personal example of that as well. I'm going to be heading down to Miami on next week, I think it is. In Miami, they are having the North American Bitcoin Conference, which is really following on the heels of the European conference they had not too long ago, which was a resounding success. And at that Bitcoin conference, it's January, I think, 24th through the 26th. If you go to btcmiami.com, you'll get all the details about this conference. And people and companies from around the world are going to be at this conference, at least 800. Princess, if you don't mind just muting your mic there for a second. Oh, thank you so much, Princess. There are going to be at least 800 individuals and companies who are leaders in the Bitcoin space, who are going to be there, all putting their heads together about making Bitcoin go mainstream, about educating each other. And I think it's really important for folks to know that one of us will be there, because that's how seriously we take the education here. Because how can we educate you if we aren't out there educating ourselves first, right? And so I'm just one example. I'm just one example of so many people on this leadership team who are going out of their way behind the scenes to give you all the tools that you need to succeed, to ensure that this company is here for the long haul, to ensure that the systems are in place, courtesy of Boz and his team as well. That's how seriously we take this. And you know, for me personally, you know, those of you who know me, you know that I don't just kind of jump around from one thing to another. And the same can be said of Princess Fitz. The same can be said of so many of the co-founders who are here. And so for us to embrace this company and its products and its opportunity really speaks volumes about our belief in it. And if you could only, as some of you already know, because you're already on their team, but many of you here are already here as part of another team. And you're here because you respect your leadership. And you're here because you believe in your leadership. And you know that your leadership is not the type to just jump from one opportunity to another to promote one program after another. And many of you know who are here that you can trust your leadership and you can believe in your leadership to share with you a company, its products, and its opportunity only if they have done their due diligence and they believe that there is tremendous potential here to transform lives, to capitalize on the Bitcoin opportunity, on the future of Bitcoin. And so I'm really excited about that aspect of that, because I feel like I am surrounded by leaders of tremendous caliber, not just in other teams, but the folks working behind the scenes at Bitcoin Economy. Princess, did you want to add something there? Go ahead, please. Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind me saying, I just wanted to tell the viewers about Ted Knighton. I mean, he's a scorekeeper. If you look at Bitcoin Economy as an opportunity to earn from, then Ted Knighton has got experience of many MLM companies, and he's actually took the best comp plan and he's put this together for us. So just highlighting that fact that he's got many years of experience and he's produced the best type of plan for us, and the way that you yourself, Tissa, as well, you've got a lot of experience in handling your own company and the experience of leadership, and it's just coming together so nicely. We're getting very top kind of performers coming into one space, and it's just beautiful how that kind of energy combines to produce this. So I just wanted to highlight that.
Well, that's a great point that you make there, Princess. And in fact, that's how it's actually perfect, because that's how I was going to wrap this up, by bringing this full cycle to really the man who has, or who had and still has, the vision for Bitcoin Economy. And as you mentioned, Princess, Ted Knighton, so widely respected in the direct sales industry, well known, as you say, as the scorekeeper of the MLM industry, and he is one of the co-founders. And it's no exaggeration for me to say that I would probably not be a part of this if not for Ted, because that's how much I and so many other people believe in him and his understanding of how this business and how this industry works. And that is absolutely critical, because if we are going to build a direct sales company around the Bitcoin space, it needs to be led by people who have a solid understanding of what it takes to build a direct sales company with a comp plan that survives the test of time, with longevity in mind. And Ted, as one of the co-founders, has all of that. He's been around this industry long enough. He's been around this block long enough to do that and to execute it properly. And that is absolutely critical, because I think all of us know that anyone can just hang their shingle out there. We see this happen online all the time. Anyone can hang their shingle out there and start a new direct sales company or a new network marketing company. It only takes a few minutes to do that, and you can throw together a website. That's not what this is about. I think all of us can agree here that we want to be able to hang our hat on a business that has longevity, that has proven leadership, that's also backed by solid products. And in fact, I saw a question come across the chat, which has since disappeared because the chat is scrolling furiously. But someone had asked about who is developing the courses, the products itself. And I think that's a great question, because as I mentioned before, there's no great opportunity unless you have great products. And in that regard, one of the things that we resolved very early on, while we were still sort of executing the vision, was to have a chief learning officer. Renee Van Pelt, we have a chief learning officer. This is someone whose sole duty is the curriculum. This is someone whose role it is to focus on building the curriculum, the content for the courses. And I think that's really important, because again, no opportunity without tremendous products. And so a lot of emphasis has been placed on developing products that will continue to evolve on a monthly basis. I mentioned to you our 3 initial products. Two of which are subscription-based. The first product for the basic certification is $25 a month. The intermediate product is $100 or $95 a month. Well, those products will continue to evolve on a monthly basis. It makes no sense to pay $25 a month for a product that never changes month to month. That just makes no sense. And so what we are doing and the way we are building out the content and the manner in which we deliver the content is so that we can update the information, the training on a month-to-month basis. And so if you're paying $25 for that basic training product, well, then you can count on ongoing education within that basic training product. And that only makes perfect sense when it comes to the Bitcoin space, because this entire space is evolving and changing so rapidly. And so it only makes sense that any products which teach you about the space keep pace, and they also evolve and change as the Bitcoin landscape changes. And so I think that's one thing that a lot of folks are going to find very unique, that they're going to appreciate about the products, is that they will continue to evolve so that you're not simply paying $25 a month for the same courses or the same body of knowledge. You're paying $25 a month for ongoing, continuing education. And so that was really the long-winded answer to the question about who's developing the courses and how will these courses be structured, because I think that's a really, really important point, because it speaks to the value, the inherent value of the products that we will offer. So I think there you have it, folks. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this. I mean, I could go on and on, but at this point, we just don't want to keep people too much longer. We're coming up on 90 minutes now. So I hope I answered all of your questions with the help of our awesome panelists. Thank you, Boss. Thank you, Princess. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Rudy, for taking the time to join us. I really appreciate it. And thank you to each and every one of you who took the time to actually attend and to post questions there in the chat box. The next thing you need to do, if you haven't done this already, is click on the link below the presentation. It will open a new window. Take 5 minutes to register for free to secure your position in the genealogy. Once you have done that, or if you have already done that, what you need to focus on right now is paying that $199 affiliate fee if you want to earn commissions from the sale of these products. So if you've done that, great. And in fact, if you have team members who have done that, you'll see that they appear in green in your back office. If you have not done that, you want to follow the instructions in your back office, depending on where you are located. Identify a Bitcoin wallet provider, for example, Coinbase here in the US. It'll vary for you depending on where you are in the world. Identify a Bitcoin wallet provider and start going through their process to fund your Bitcoin wallet with the $199 that you need to pay that affiliate fee. And then once you have the $199 in Bitcoin in your wallet, then it's a simple matter of sending that to Bitcoin Economy, and you send it to the ID, the address that appears in your Bitcoin Economy back office. And every address for every Bitcoin Economy account is unique. So make sure that you are sending it to the address that appears in your Bitcoin Economy back office. Those are your tasks. That is your homework, if you will, because on February 3rd, as I said, we launch our first product, which means we're going to start selling the first product on February 3rd, which means people are going to start earning commissions on February 3rd. Because remember, we pay all commissions within an hour, right? So you want to make sure that you are qualified, that you are a paid affiliate by that point, so you don't miss out on any of those commissions. Here's a quick question. If people join after February 1, will they still be able to become affiliates? Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can become an affiliate at any point in time. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that if you become an affiliate after the end of this month, you will not be a co-founder. It's only those who become who pay that affiliate fee this month who become co-founders. But you can join as an affiliate absolutely anytime. No worries there. Let's see here. I want to make sure I covered as many questions as possible here. Bear with me. I'm going through this. I think I covered all of the bases. So, folks, thank you so much. I cannot tell you how excited I am about what lies before us. You know, just to bring this full circle, I opened the webinar talking about how I felt a year ago, just over a year ago, when I woke up one morning with that sense of relief because I'd finally found something that I could sink my teeth into, something that I believed in, and also a sense of excitement because I knew that this was going to work. I made that decision, and I knew that this was going to work. And then, of course, history proved me correct. It was a year later when I'd achieved tremendous success. My team members had achieved success as well. And that is the feeling I had this morning when I knew I'd be doing this webinar today, and I felt that same sense of excitement, that same sense of relief, because I think what not only have I found here, but so many others have found here, over 6,000 people who have registered over the past 2 weeks from over 150 countries, I think they share that sense of excitement. And so we are here for you. We're here to help you. We're here to do everything we can to help you succeed, but you need to take that first step, which is clicking on the link below the presentation and getting started. So with that, I will close it out. Thank you so much to everyone, and this is just the first of many, many, many webinars that we will be doing, but this is our first one together, so it is kind of special, right? So, okay, folks, the recording will be available at this link in just a moment here, courtesy of Google Hangouts. Thank you, folks, and we will talk to you soon.